Hello everyone, in this video we will discuss active transport and types of active transport. The definition of active transport: it is a type of transport across the plasma membrane which occurs against the concentration gradient with the expenditure of energy. It is a type of transport across the plasma membrane which occurs against the concentration gradient with the expenditure of energy. With the expenditure of energy. Now let me show you a diagram which explains active transport. Look at here, this is the structure of the plasma membrane. This is outside the cell and this is inside the cell. Outside the cell there is a low concentration of molecules and ions present which are moving inside the cell against the concentration gradient. Now see here, the concentration of ions or molecules are more, and here the concentration of ions or molecules is less, and they are moving from the region of their low concentration to high concentration with the expenditure of energy. Here the ATP is used up to produce energy. The ATP is split into ADP and inorganic phosphate. So this type of transport of substances from the region of their lower concentration to their higher concentration with the expenditure of energy is called as active transport. And here sometimes the active transport occurs through vesicles, and then it is called as bulk transport, which means if there are large quantities of molecules are transported by vesicles which are actually formed by the infoldings and unfoldings of the cell membranes, then it is called as bulk transport. Now let me write here bulk transport. Active transport through vesicles, active transport through vesicles is called bulk transport. Here mostly there is a transportation of macromolecules, liquid droplets, are transported in bulk by using ATP. And here actually the bulk amount of macromolecules and liquid droplets are transported by vesicles which are formed by the infoldings and unfoldings of the cell membrane. Active transport is of two types. First one is endocytosis. And the second one is exocytosis. Now let us see what is meant by endocytosis. It is the ingestion of material by the cells through the plasma membrane. Ingestion of material by the cells through the plasma membrane is called endocytosis. And this endocytosis is of two types: phagocytosis and pinocytosis. This phagocytosis is also called as cell eating. So this phagocytosis is the intake of solid food materials. It is the process of intake of solid food through the plasma membrane is called as phagocytosis. Here if you see some examples like amoeba, the engulfing of food materials by amoeba is done by the whole body surface or the plasma membrane. So if the amoeba is taking the solid food materials through the plasma membrane, then it is called as phagocytosis. Similarly, white blood cells, they engulf the foreign particles or pathogens through the membrane, then it is also called as phagocytosis. So phagocytosis is a type of endocytosis. And the next one is pinocytosis. Pinocytosis is also called as cell drinking. It is also called as cell drinking. So this is the intake of liquid food materials. This is the process of intake of liquid food. And the next one is exocytosis. Exocytosis is also called as cell vomiting. This is the outward transport of substances by means of carrier or secretory vesicles or through the whole body surface. Then it is called as exocytosis or cell vomiting. Exocytosis is the outward transport of substances by means of carrier or secretory vesicles. It is quite common in secretory and excretory cells. Now let us talk about phagocytosis, that is a type of endocytosis, and exocytosis in white blood cells. If any pathogen enter into our body, to that particular area white blood cells reaches. Now let us look into this, the membrane of white blood cell. Here these are the microbes are surrounded by the pseudopodia of these white blood cells. In the second step, microbes are engulfed into the cell, and here there is a formation of vacuole. Inside that, the microbes are present. Now see here in the cell cytoplasm, lysosomes containing enzymes are fuses with this vacuole. And here we can see in the fifth step, the toxic compounds and lysosomal enzymes destroy microbes, and finally microbial debris is released out of the cell by the exocytosis. This is about active transport. Types of active transport, that is endocytosis and exocytosis. Here endocytosis is of further two types: phagocytosis, it is also called cell eating; pinocytosis, it is also called as cell drinking.